Hey everybody, so I told you we had a part two of our family. There was a lot that I had forgotten or had missed out on, not on purpose, just from sheer exhaustion. And just, yeah. This is the Evolve. He needs no introduction. He does his own thing, but I really, really like him. And I've been with him probably as long as I've been with the dads, Care Bear Nation. Shout out to Lem and Marcus Monroe. I have been so busy I have not even checked in with them, and it's been horrible for me and my spirit, but hopefully I'll be able to get back to them soon. The Evolve makes me laugh because he does a variety of things. He does charity work. So the money that he pulls in from YouTube, he does a lot of charity fundraising things for underprivileged youth and just other ventures. Sometimes he'll do funny stories like this one right here, which was my favorite and the last one that he did. It was the time that a 5-year-old called him the N-word. And I hate to give it away, and so I won't, but in my comments, I was having a good old time. I said, because I caught a couple things he said, because he had that 5-year-old crying, and he told the kid people cry when they're wrong. I laughed so hard, and I told him, I swear on my mama, I thought you went to prison for beating a 5-year-old down. And then he started laughing. So then he put tears in a little emoji. I swear, we go back and forth sometimes. And I was still in the comments. I was like, Evolve, I'm here for the smackdown. Let's go. So that's one of like the great things. And then look, I see Christian right here. Shout out to you, Christian. He put hashtag more storytelling. I'm the worst when it comes to listening and participating when it comes to what we're supposed to do in comments. Everybody knows that, but man, do I love writing comments. So that's what I do. That's what I bring to the table for other YouTubers. I will definitely, especially when I'm interested in a story. So for the Evolve, I definitely will put the link to get to him to subscribe. He does everything. He loves Eminem as well. He does a lot of Eminem stories, updates. It's just been so hectic, so crazy. We can't keep up. It's crazy. So that's the Evolve. The next step is Cooking with Chaos. Now this is my homie right here. This is Kay. You'll hear me every once in a while say K or Keezy or even Chaos he goes by, and he cooks and he'll talk about things that bother him. So he's getting a chore done, which is cooking, which I absolutely dislike doing that, but he's really good at cooking. So he'll cook and he'll talk about, like, for instance, this one is R. Kelly the Monster, and the last one he was talking about Jussie Smollett, and he really went off. He got so many views.
Now that that's over with, fuck R. Kelly.
Okay.
Fuck R. Kelly, yo. Alright, so I'm gonna try to be as... I don't want to spend too much time jaw jacking. Like I said, I got meatballs to cook. So, almost done, y'all. So, getting this shit mixed up. So, I remember 2002. I had to be like 14. I was probably in my final year of middle school. The whole R. Kelly sex tape happened, and it was always the speculation, was it him or not, Hold on, this lightning is starting to piss me off. Okay, that was too much light. So anyway, the whole thing about it wasn't him or not, and then the whole thing about it being an underage girl, and peed on her and all that shit, which is where a lot of those R. Kelly piss jokes come. Shout out to Dave Chappelle for that almighty piss on you R. Kelly skit.
Yep.
So R. Kelly
Oh, wait a minute. Let me say something.
Had all that controversy.
Did you know that R. Kelly had his goons go and approach Dave Chappelle on the street over that bullshit? Dave Chappelle is a professional comedian. He has been a professional comedian since he was very young. So Dave Chappelle's goons had to approach or stop R. Kelly's goons from, they had to intercede and do their goon talk from what Dave Chappelle had said, and it was ridiculous. And Dave was like, imagine if I did not have my goons with me. All because he brought to light and made some jokes. I can't even imagine if he didn't, because it was very widely known. I'm sorry, but that has to be thrown out there. And it is a comedian's job to discuss current events and maybe make light of it, or maybe make other people aware of it, because he made a lot more people very aware of it and pay attention. So yeah, don't come for Dave Chappelle. You need to look at who is the predator here.
Going on, and I remember at the time him and Jay-Z, they did the Best of Both Worlds album, and they were supposed to do like a major tour, because I think even though that album was it had poor reception, but it still did $1 million. You know, it did like 1.5 million or whatever. I thought the album was straight. That was just my opinion. So, yeah, so they was shitting on that album pretty bad and hating on it and all that shit. And so they're supposed to go on tour, but because of all these damn allegations, you know, it kind of ruined everything. And, you know, R. Kelly went low. And it was so crazy because probably like within a year later, this motherfucker was on top of the world again with that album, Chocolate Factory, that came out in 2003, which spawned the hit Ignition and the Ignition remix. Now, my memory don't serve correct, because I don't remember, because I know he was found not guilty later on, but I just don't know what time frame it was. But all I know is a year later, after dealing with all that, this motherfucker was on top of the world again, and, you know, he was having remixes on everything. R. Kelly was on the top of his game like he was the early 90s again. It was crazy. So, that's just one of the things to talk about. We even go further back in the early days of R. Kelly when he married Aaliyah, R.I.P. Anyone knows me, I'm a huge fan of Aaliyah. That's like the love of my life. You know, I always, when she died, that broke my heart. Man, it was just crazy. But, you know, I was a really little kid when that whole thing about them getting married or whatever. And Aaliyah was underage.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it. If you guys want to hear the rest of this conversation, which I admit is very, very good, I've seen this, so you guys need to go ahead and get in there. And he's very personable, he's very passionate, so you'll see him. And also subscribe, because he is very good at what he does. He does music, he does comedy skits. I've been privy to some sneak peeks at what's coming up, so don't miss a thing. You guys don't wait for me to tell you, because like I said, with my kids and my work schedule and everything, that's why I'm like, hey, we need to make sure you guys know who's who, and make sure you guys are subscribing to everybody. That way you guys know, okay, good, I'm not going to miss anything. So you guys saw the Evolve, you guys have met Kay. Now these boys are kind of brand new. Jason and Fish Days, these are father and son. There they are, right there. Oh, went too far. Let me get some of this excess out. And they're doing really good. I think this is more a really great hobby that they're doing. They do a lot of really good country, and so it's kind of like their bonding time. And there's the flag, I think it's called the Confederate flag. And remember, I don't shy away from things like that's still something that I need to look into, and that is coming. Shout out to Texas H over in Texas, and shout out to BizWiz over in Texas, Houston, in fact. Probably both are from there. I have not done my homework on that, but believe me, I will. I'm going to go ahead and give them a like, just because I know that they're trying their very best. These are very sticky situations to me, these flags. I was talking to a professional artist about this very, very thing, and as soon as that flag showed up, it was like, they just backed away. Okay, you know, I'm not here to make or force anybody into anything, so that's a sensitive topic, and I have to respect that, and I'm going to all day long. So until I know the full semantics, and it could be that it's completely harmless, but it is that person's prerogative whether or not and how they feel towards that particular symbol. So, and it could be very much a bad thing, and so therefore it is not up to me. All I can do is educate myself and bring whatever information I have forward. So that being said, I just didn't want you guys to be like, oh, she's just not gonna, you know, bring that up. No, I see it, you know, but they're also in the South. My husband's Southern, so that's something that they grew up with. I know the Dukes of Hazzard's got a lot of flack for having that on top of the General Lee. So, and statues are coming down, and I am not for racism or for any of that. It's, to me, it makes me sick to think of the things that we had to read about, that people went through, not just Black people as a collective, but just what is still going on now. It turned into even more of a different kind of slavery. Not trying to take away from anybody's history, but just the fact that people would oppress others, whether they're men, women, or even children. It just grosses me out. So before I go any further on this soapbox, this is Jason and Fish, father and son, and they're just trying to do videos at night. So let's see what they're doing.
And learn, and he should be fine. Props, bruh. You taking your job serious, and if more did like you, we wouldn't be dealing with a couple of generations of weak-minded, liberal, snowflake sheeps that think that world.
They're very conservative, so if you guys don't like conservative views, because they're not liberal, as you know, and you can ask them, but I believe they're very respectful, because, you know, a lot of times I may come off as very conservative, but at the same time I do have there are some liberal views that I do have. Am I going to go overboard? Absolutely not. But I do tend to have these overwhelming feelings towards nature and mothers and children, and so, but I am open for debate. I am open to learn. I do want to know every fact that I can possibly learn before making a final decision. So
owes them something. Roll Tide.
That's one of the greatest comments ever
Created
in the whole comment
of comments. That was
ever, not just for us. Like, I've left some dope comments on Kristen Callie's stuff, and I've left some what I thought were very influential and heartfelt things.
He is pretty funny.
Whatever. Anyway, I thought that was
he is pretty insightful.
very cool. Like that guy.
Yeah, we should give him this video.
He's a joker too.
He requested it. Yep, let's roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look. Now my name 0213. It don't matter. So crazy. Anyway.
Well, I don't want to get this copy, you know, I don't want to get a copyright. I just wanted to introduce you to Jason and Fish. And it looks like, hey, Fish is starting to sprout up. You might catch some hands over there. You don't watch yourself. Just kidding. But these are some really great guys. And are they a little bit troublesome? Yeah, they can be. But you know, they don't hold their tongue. They live and the right nation to do such. So if you don't mind a little bit of what for, come see the guys. You know, they'd like to play country. I mean, they're playing Struggle Jennings, obviously. So there's going to be some truth in what they're playing, obviously, all day long. So shout out to you boys. I'm glad that you guys are still doing your thing and just keep grinding. Let's see, who are we coming up to next? Oh, Dwayne TV. And he's another new, very new. He was the one that kind of broke open the whole Dax kind of, you know, hey, Dax is not on the up and up here. What's going on? And I absolutely love Dwayne. We didn't meet under the best of circumstances because I questioned him on Twitter, you know, as to why are you attacking one of our family, which would be Dax. And he said, hey, I'm not attacking him if these are indeed true. And Screw is also, he's behind me, and that was news to us. We didn't hear anything about this, so I backed off. I apologized if, you know, if what he was saying was absolutely the truth. And I said, I'm going to go and talk to Screw myself. And sure enough, Screw corroborated everything, and Dwayne's on the up and up, and he's a reactor. And he is just a joy. He really is a joy.
So as you can see today, it's a J. Cole kind of day, baby. We about to get in that middle child. I just want to apologize one more time for only there being one video yesterday and it came out late. I want to say I promise it's for good reason, but I got to shoot this video today and I hope it's going to come out good first. It's like 10 degrees out, bro. I really don't want to go outside and shoot a video, but it's cold for like the next week. Like, so it's either I shoot it and put up with it or I just don't do a video, but I've got to. So aside from the J. Cole middle child, we do have a sponsored video coming out by Dan Marsky called Toyman, and we also have Logic Dead Presidents 3, I think it was. I got it written down over here somewhere. Now, yesterday threw me off a little bit because two of the videos I was supposed to do, obviously we didn't do. It was a Kodeka video, it was a DTG video, so I'm gonna still get to those. I gotta figure it all out. But as usual, let me stop talking and let's just watch this video, baby. I'm hyped, man. J. Cole is he's such a
J.
dope
Cole
MC,
is super
man.
lit.
Such a dope MC.
We know. Don't want to take anything away. If you want to see this reaction, I'm going to put the link in the description, just like how I introduced everybody. I'm going to put all the links in the description, so that way you guys can go and subscribe. You won't miss anything. It's a really lit family. It really is. We're just all together, supporting one another, and as you can see, Dwayne is full of energy, full of life, and you know, I mean, I don't know how much more fun you could or couldn't have. Okay, this is my homie Lost Cause, and completely with good reason. Lost Cause kind of is a lost cause. He went over to Chicago. He was, I think maybe here in California. No, maybe he was, I can't remember where. But he's over in Chicago, and he's got just a ton of dope videos. From graffiti to hip-hop to chats to interviews. Oh, his feelings on the whole Jussie Smollett and R. Kelly venture. Yeah, let me see, what's this? Please share and subscribe.
Resurrector. Yes, this shit is raw, coming at your door. Start to scream out loud. Wu-Tang's back for more.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the hour's 4. I told you before. Prepare for mic fight. And plus the Cold War.
This rhyme you digest through the RZA console. Ask why slam non-diagram pole. Raekwon dropped the bomb, hunchback. Notre Dame, golden arms is bronze. Buddha palm hit Quran, it blows extreme.
Oh man, if you want to hear more of this kind of classic hip-hop and just, you know, chop it up with a really cool guy, go over to Lost Cause, and I will put his link in the description. He is very, very cool. He really is very kickback. I want to say he does everything, reactions, like I was saying, you know, he does the interviews, he chops it up with you, just really, really a lit guy. He knows a lot of stuff, so don't let him fool you. last but not least, this is Cashmere Quest. Cashmere is very, I want to say, more of a spiritual being. I've been kind of watching off and on to see what direction he's going to go, and he hasn't left his faith. As we were dissecting his name, Cashmere comes from sheep, and quest is like another name for journey. So he's like a lamb or a sheep on a quest, which, you know, Lamb of God. So, you know, very, very deep. So his rhyming and his rhyme scheme and pattern is diverse and has different layers. So just don't take it at face value. You got to take it for a second, sometimes a third. And he may not even catch the third. I mean, it's just so quick. He's so quick with it.
Hey. Tried it my way. I surrender. Everything over to you. Hey, hey, hey. I don't know what I'ma do. Hey. Hey, hey. I don't know what I'ma do. Hey, pray that I make it to you. Hey, I don't know what I'ma do. Hey, pray that I make it to you. It could be my last try. I'm all out of ideas. I'm all out of ideas. I'm all out of ideas. I said I'm all out of ideas. I'm all out of ideas. I'm all out of Listen. I need to be lifted up in y'all prayers, cause of this flesh I'm in, it just fails. When I just left the church, I repent the curse of my weaknesses, I'm just frail. Now with this lust of mess and this pride of life, I'm so tired of life, I come there. This is my prayer life, oh my God, and I so tired of fighting myself. I need God's might, do I fast right? I ain't trying to go to no hell, but each tear falling, I'm so sorry, my God, I'm needing your help. This is my real.
I don't want to play everything for you guys. This man is very, very lit, and you can feel that spirit from within. He's really changed his life around. His life story is something that you guys have to hear for yourself and experience for yourself. So like I said, I will definitely put the description, his link in the description. So I just wanted you guys to know the rest of the family, the people that, you know, are with me on my Instagram, that follow me on my Instagram, that I follow them, that are here with me on, you know, that I subscribe to, that are subscribed to me here at the channel. And I recommend that you guys, you know, hang with them for a week, see what it is that they do, see if it resonates with you, something that you aspire to do. I think they're amazing, all of them, and let's see what else we can get into, guys. Okay, hope you enjoyed this.